You have probably sometimes thought, my teenage years kind of suck. Or maybe you're in your early 20s and you think, my life really kind of sucks up until this point. Or maybe you're a bit older and you're looking back on these years and you're like, I've wasted these years. Or you're living these years right now, you're a teenager or you're in your early 20s and you think, I'm sort of wasting away my life. Why am I wasting away these years? I'm not that good with girls. I'm not that good at this. I'm not that popular. Things are not really going my way. Life kind of sucks, right? This is a feeling that so many young guys have because, let's be honest, life as a young man it can be kind of sucky. It's kind of sucky for a lot of young guys. Well, I am here to tell you, you are not wasting away these years. Life will get better as you grow older. Do not obsess about your teenage years and your early 20s or even your 20s in general. As a man, life gets better when you grow older. Life can only get better. Life will get better. If you're unhappy in your teenage years, you have a very high chance that you will become happy in your 20s, 30s, 40s. Why? Because the amount of control that you have over your life, it increases. When you are young, you don't have any control over your life. And that's the thing. You see, when you were a teenager and you're an ugly guy, right? You have below average genetics and your parents are poor. So you wear like cheap clothes, right? And the other kids don't like you. You're not that popular. You're essentially fucked, right? There's nothing you can do about it. I mean, fucked is a relative term. I mean, it varies to what extent this actually matters. Some people don't really have a problem in practice. Some people do. But there's not much you can do about it. You will be the ugly guy wearing cheap clothes that isn't popular. And that's it, right? You just kind of have to endure that throughout the rest of high school, throughout the rest of your teenage years, maybe even college. And that's it. Because you can't do anything about it when you're a teenager. I mean, what are you supposed to do? You're not going to just start your own business and become a millionaire and become rich. You're not going to build your dream body. You're not going to build an impressive network of friends that are better than the superficial popular kids at the school. No, you're not. You're not going to do any of these things. But when you get older, when you get to your 20s, 20s are like kind of in between, right? The 20s are like a transitioning phase. But when you get to your 30s, your 40s, you can do stuff about it. You can start your own business. You can earn money. You can work on your body. You can become more attractive. You can build up your social skills. People sort of become less superficial when it comes to judging guys in their 30s and 40s, right? If a guy isn't that good looking genetically, they won't just instantly laugh at him. They'll just, they consider him like a normal regular guy, right? People have more respect in general for guys that are older. You will get more respect. You will get more respect from women. Women will find you more attractive because the whole dating dynamic starts to change, right? If you're like in your teens and early 20s, girls have all the power, right? All the guys are chasing the girls, and girls are the ones that, select what guys they want to date. But as you get in your 30s, your 40s as well, what really starts to change, if you're like late 20s, 30s, that's what really starts to flip around. It completely changes. You will become the one that gets to select the women instead of the other way around. The men start to get the power. And even if you are that guy, that is like the guy that I just named in the example, the guy that has like below average looks and you got poor parents, right? Now you have the option to change your life, right? You have the option to start working and earn some money, to build your body, to wear nice clothes. I mean, imagine if you would do all these things. Let's say that guy with below average looks, right? He has a nice business going on. He's successful. He earns quite a bit of money. He goes to the gym. He has a really nice body. He has impressive social skills. He has a nice network of very good friends. He grooms himself, right? He goes to a barber. Maybe he has a very nice beard, a very nice haircut, or just something that looks well on him. And he wears nice clothes. He wears like a tailor-made dress shirt that fits his muscular body really, really well, right? If that guy had all of these things going on, this guy that was like completely incapable of ever seducing a woman in high school or college, in his 30s, in his 40s, he would probably do reasonably well with women, right? Despite the fact that he has below average genetics, despite the fact that he comes from a background of having poor parents, he will probably be able to pull quite some impressive girls. Because he's got all these things going on. And people will probably like really respect him in general. Because it's not just, life is not just about girls, but people will probably really respect him in general, right? The same guy who was incapable of seducing a girl in high school, who, all the popular kids laughed at him in high school. And now the same guy actually is doing well with women and people respect him. When someone sees him walking on the street, when someone sees him getting out of his car, walking there with confidence, wearing his tailor-made dress shirt, people will think, wow, that guy has his shit together. Because when you get to your 30s, it becomes a choice. You start to get more control over your life. If you get in your 30s and your 40s, and like I said before, in your 20s is like a transitioning phase, but let's just say 30s, roughly, right? It becomes a choice to become a top 10% man. It's a choice. When you're a teenager, it's not a choice. If you have bad looks, you have poor parents, you're fucked. You are the kid with bad looks, with cheap clothes. The other kids are not going to like you, right? The popular kids are going to laugh at you. If that's you, that's you. You have no control over it. But as you grow older, you get to your 30s, it becomes a choice to be a top 10% man, even if you come from a bad background, even if you have below average genetics. It is a choice. And so yes, life gets better. Life can only get better if you are a guy. Do not get demotivated right now. Life can be tough if you're a young guy, if you're a teenager, and if you're in your early 20s. Life can be tough. Like the average guy has trouble getting along with women. The average guy has trouble socializing. People are becoming more and more socially awkward because of our modern lifestyle. And it's, it is tough. But don't get demotivated. You're not wasting away these years. When you get to your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, life will get better.